Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your boy Twins Inc. And this is Twins Inc. Talk. On this podcast here, we'll be talking about all subject matters. Nothing's off the table. We try to keep the facts. Be respectful to one another. Just get that real dialogue that some people are scared to give you or won't give you, or to give you half-baked information. So once again, thank you for tuning in to Twins Inc. Let's rock. Good morning, my good people. How you doing today? I know it's early, but I got a little topic that, I just got to get off. This is one of the benefits of having your own business and your own show podcast. You can do it when you want, whenever you want, and how you want. But yeah, you see the topic today. The topic is the attack on the black man. Hey, first off, I'm going to quick shout out. See the hoodie I got on? Check out my sister up in New York, Brooklyn. Sis, I got you. Got the nice fitted hoodie on today, so I got to represent, show up and show out today. Just give me a second here, people. I'm waiting for my guests to pop in here so we can chop it up. We've been having this dialogue in my DM, sliding in my DM, but in the positive way. We just talking about what's going on in this world, especially when we're talking about Ice Cube and what he's doing, and it just what's happening in the attack that that I feel, and I'm sure other black men may feel as well. But I have to get my sister on here so we can talk about it, because we have been having great dialogue. Here she go. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm going to wake up.
I know, right? I got my tea. I'm a coffee, but I got my tea. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I have my beautiful Brooklyn sister from New York, NY, Sherri, up top.
Right, that's that.
And we've been dialoguing this morning, and last week we dialogued too. So I you know what? Let's put this on tape. So
right.
So this is my stance right now, right? So my thing right now, you see the topic, is the attack on the black man, right? So, of course, the most popular thing right now, the topic that we know about, is the guy Ice Cube, who has put a plan together for the black people, and he met with both parties, or tried to meet with both parties, right?
Sorry.
No, you good. He met with both parties, right? So the Republican Trump's party, they sat and listened to him, and then Biden's party didn't sit with him. They said, we'll talk to you after the fact. The whole dialogue back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now, every time I turn on the TV, if it's CNN, if it's The Rolling Show, or any other show, I'm seeing Ice Cube just being attacked. Because
I don't think that's fair.
I'm telling you how the perspective, how I'm looking at it,
Got it.
And I'm sure other black men are looking at it like, dang. So if I do something, I got to worry about being attacked from my own people, instead of us just coming together and like, all right, let's work it out. Like, some of these conversations I see, me personally, I feel these should be conversations that you should have behind the scenes, not in front of people. Like even in marriage, if you're in a couple, if you're married or not, you're relating, whatever. If you out with your people, you're out having a good old time, and he does something that you don't like, and she does something you like, checking that person at that moment in front of everybody is not the most respectful thing to do. That's something you should have behind the scenes, a conversation between y'all. Because then when you have that conversation in front of everybody, people are going to look at it and take sides, and then y'all go back behind the scene, talk about it. It's a different understanding. And, oh, you know what? I didn't see it that way. You know what? My bad, babe. All right, cool. Y'all love a W. It's over. But the people that you did in front of, they stuck with that long-lasting interaction that you had, and they stuck with it. So that ties me back to the whole interaction with Ice Cube, having these sit-down moments, and you should have did this. You didn't talk to this person. Tell me your thought here, Ice Cube. And he on the spot. Damn. Well, this, that. Okay, regardless, we need to, first of all, let's understand, this man made it very clear. This man was nowhere involved with politics his whole career until 2000 and was 19. He said last year. Okay, which is most of us. I ain't really care about politics really much till this year. I can say it, and I'm proud to say it. I didn't vote until it was Obama, just because he's a black man. I'm keeping all the way 1,000, not 100, but 1,000.
Well, you're doing better than some. Shaq and Snoop Dogg said that they never voted, so I mean, right. You're still doing better than them.
No. Right. Now, I say this. The reason I say that is because he made it very clear that he wasn't following. He didn't care about none of that. He was making his money, making his movies. He didn't really focus on what was being done previously to him doing his plan in 2019. And that's when he sat down and he said he didn't see nobody at that time doing what he was doing. When I say at that time, at 2019, not saying 2006, 2008, any years before that, at 2019, when he said, let me step away from my rapping career, let me step away from my acting career, my business, my MBA, 3 big, whatever. Let me step away from that for a minute. Let me just take what's going on. What's happening on this politician coming up for the election for November in a week or so, or a couple of days or so, whatever. And he said,
yes, definitely a couple of days.
I know, right? He said, I didn't see nothing that's being done for the black people. So, just to get everybody to speed up, that's where we are right now. I want Sherri to talk because she has a wealth of knowledge and things we want to talk about. So go ahead, Sherri. Tell me your thoughts about it. Why do you think that, why shouldn't I think it's an attack on the black man? Because that's where I'm at.
Okay, so first of all, right? There are plenty of black men who have been present consistently. So it's not an attack on black men. People haven't attacked Cornel West. People haven't attacked, they attacked Louis Farrakhan to a degree, but it's mostly black people that are like, nah. You're not going to come for Louis. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if we don't agree with everything that he says, but we understand that his motives and his moves and everything is coming from a place of love and wanting to advance black people. So it can't ever be just blankly said that it's an attack on black men, because that's just not true. I think that what happens is that black men don't like when we hold them accountable, especially for whatever reason when black women do it. I don't understand that. It's always seen as like we're coming down on them, we're nitpicking, we're bashing them, when especially in the clip that I posted this morning, Claudia Jordan asked him a solid question, which was, hey, you came out in public, in front, and said, I'm trying to meet with both campaigns, but both campaigns didn't give me the time of day. One did, and the other told me after the election. But then she's like, but I found out that that's not really exactly accurate. And he put his foot in his mouth, because he's the one who said, yeah, that's true. She did ask back in September for me to join this call that was with a bunch of other black celebrities. I just chose not to because I wanted a one-on-one conversation that I was promised. And so I decided not to do that. And then they were like, all right, well, we're not going to get to that until after the election. That's more of what really happened. So when you say in front, and it becomes such a big thing that the Democrats push you to the side, because we hold you as a black man in black culture up here. So if you're saying that these people don't mess with you, then we got to side eye them, because like, oh, you're not going to play Ice Cube, bro. Like, so it made people pay attention because it was Ice Cube. But he didn't tell the whole story, and that is where it starts to get frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Because, yes, you don't feel that you should have been on a call with other people because your plan was developed without them. That's fine. But the call was about black people in this country. So whatever you add to it, even if you ain't never even bring up his black agenda or whatever, he still should have been part of it for the cause. You know what I'm saying? So I have a problem with that. And I think that that's okay that we say there's a problem with that. Like, I think that that's okay for black people to say to Ice Cube, we love you, bro, but you wrong on this. The way you went about this is wrong. That's not an attack on a black man. That is criticizing a decision that he made. And I think when you live a public life, that's a ramification of living a public life. You get criticized publicly. And lastly, I'm going to just say, he made the statement publicly about the different responses to meeting with him. So when it's found out that it's not exactly right or it's misleading, it has to be addressed publicly because the damage was already done publicly. So you can't say, let's have this behind closed doors. He didn't say it behind closed doors. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this. I mean, that's your question. You may notice, you may not notice. I don't know neither. But which came first? Was it the promise call from Biden's camp or the Zoom call from other celebrities?
Oh, that he didn't say. He didn't say that.
Okay. And I don't know neither. But my assumption when it comes to that, back up a little bit. Because people want to see your, I can't see all your face. I just see your nose down. But
because I'm holding it, that's why I don't have fancy setup.
Oh, like I'm sorry, my bad. This is what I do. But so the reason why I asked that question is because it's a possibility that he want to talk with the Biden camp first about X, Y, Z. Because if they have a conversation first about X, Y, Z, and maybe some things get changed around, so then we go talk to the Zoom call meeting, whatever, they all be on the same page. But if you talk to the Zoom call people first, right, have a conversation with all the people on the Zoom call, then come back to him, there's going to be a mismatch on conversation or agenda of what's going to be put together. And let's be real. Let's talk about the people on the Zoom call. Like we just did when we was talking in the DM. I'm not a big fan of D.L. Hughley. Not at all.
Me either.
And
Me either.
So if me being a black man coming out to put a project together for black people overall, I understand that he might want to be a part of it because he agree what we're doing, but I don't agree with his actions. What he's been doing for the black community over these years, all of this time. What has he done to prove that he does support black people? Because every time I listen to him, I tweet, a show, whatever, he's putting down another black person. I mean, he put down other people too, but we're talking about black men. And I don't care about anybody else right now. But he always putting down another black person and saying something stupid, like he's canceled, he did shit to this. But his record is not squeaky clean. Like, you don't have the right to talk about somebody's character. So if I'm Ice Cube and I'm trying to put a plan together and I'm jumping on a Zoom call with all these celebrities, and especially him, I'm sitting back like, bro, what have you been doing for the black community? Because if me, as I'm Ice Cube, if Ice Cube, didn't have no dialogue about this black agenda, I would never be on your show. Matter of fact, me and you still wouldn't be talking. We both been in the public eye for decades. We never did anything together as far as joint ventures, whatever like that. So why all of a sudden now I need to sit down and talk with you, but you don't line up to what I'm doing. You understand what I'm saying? And I can't think the other people was on the call.
I think that's twofold though.
Go ahead.
Twofold.
Go ahead.
You can. So then that same logic can be applied to Ice Cube. So what if Killer Mike felt, yo, I've been in these trenches, you're showing up now, so I don't want to talk to you. That's counterproductive because he admitted that I'm showing up late. I was doing my artist thing. I wasn't really part of this. But now I started to see what's going on. I came up with some ideas. I feel like I should share them. So what if the people who have been doing the work did that to him? Because of his past, because Ice Cube doesn't have the best past either.
Of course not.
But the reality is that he said somebody said he can't see my face. I'm gonna have to move it. Let me see if I can go.
I told you, I know people want to see the lady.
I don't know.
They want to see you.
Because I'm holding it.
I didn't get you a tripod or something. I didn't get you something because you've been having way too many chats and you need to have a little setup. I got you.
I'm not a podcaster yet. But
okay.
Yeah, so the reality is like in those spaces we should have room for everyone, because just like if let's say I'm doing this on a local, and some people that want to come and share ideas are some people who are like hardcore in the streets, gang members, whatever, drug dealers. But now they were like, you know what, that life I'm not doing no more, but I'm like really into this. I'm not going to shun them because I don't necessarily agree with what they were doing. If they're here and they have ideas and they want to show up and try to help advance this, what we're doing, then I'm going to bring you in because you're a part of us. So Ice Cube doesn't, for me, it's it leaves a bad taste in my mouth for him to say he didn't want to be on the call with all the other people because they ain't had nothing to do with it. That to me is, so are you about it for you and the glory, or are you really for Black people? And I'm not saying that he's not for Black people, because clearly he did this. He put time and effort into it. But the reality is, no man is an island. No man is an island. So why would you think that you don't have to consult and discuss things with other Black people? You're a Black celebrity. So talking to other Black celebrities would only push the agenda further. Like, you would be able to do so much more if now everybody's like, yo, Cube, I didn't know you was doing that. Here's where that could be a little better. Here's how you should change the language with that. Here's how we're going to attack this. Because that's how you change it from a plan to action. Not by saying, nah, I want to be in a closed door meeting with just me and my people and them. That don't help. That don't help.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. So I'm going to give you another Black man who was ridiculed, which pretty much going to the same route that Ice Cube is doing for the people. He was definitely for the people. He did his own route, and the man got put on the stake. And that is my homie, the best number 7 in the world for the 49ers formerly. That's Colin Kaepernick. It's called what it is.
I'm the wrong person to talk about Colin Kaepernick.
No, because the topic is attack a Black man. The attack on Black man.
Colin Kaepernick is a Black man.
Yeah. Well, mixed with everybody, he's still Black, whatever. The point I'm trying to make is that the attack was real. Everything what you saying what Ice Cube should have did, he didn't do. He didn't sit down with Jim Brown and all the former Black athletes, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who stood up for Black people back in the day and for a stand. He didn't do that. He said, know what? This is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to take a knee, or I'm going to sit down. He got some feedback. He took the feedback. Like, you know what? I ain't going to sit down no more. I'm going to take a knee because I'm not disrespecting the people who serve in the country. I'm just doing silent protests about Black Lives Matter. Oh. You know what? I'm not gonna get into that. But anyway,
that is what it was. Don't
that's a whole nother topic. It's a whole nother topic. We'll get there, but we'll come back to that.
Hey, don't skip that. Don't skip that.
I know. I said it because the tie in the last conversation we had. That's why I said that. But
right.
But he went around that way, and when I say everybody, I mean everybody. Put that man on the stake and put that man's name in the dirt. Black man, everybody did. Black man, white man. Everybody, Ray Lewis, to them all, put dirt on that man's name. And then guess what?
It was.
Hold on. Oh, man, a lot of stuff.
No, I mean, like, what are you saying was the general?
Well, I mean, the more long story short, that they said, that's not what he should do. That's not the way to do it. So what is the way to do it? You know what I'm saying? What is the way to do it? Because apparently going to a peaceful protest is not good enough because it's people still protesting and what's getting done.
Agreed.
What was he supposed to do?
You don't think that Black people had Colin's back?
Oh, I'm not saying they didn't. A lot of people did. A lot of people didn't. Right. But what I'm saying is that how the media attacked the Black man, that's where the point I'm trying to get at. With everything that
I don't have that experience, and I see someone in the comments ask the same thing, which I don't really remember him getting such a strong backlash.
I feel like
Colin...
Hold on.
That Colin was mostly supported by Black people. Like, I don't think that. I mean, from my perspective.
Listen, just go.
You're saying other Black athletes had an issue with
Black people, athletes, everybody. All you gotta do is go on YouTube and type in Colin Kaepernick take a knee, and there's 100 posts.
That they felt that he shouldn't take a knee.
Yeah, they say he shouldn't take a knee. He should be out the league. All that stuff. That's why the man's still blackballed. And that's why he ain't got a job now. But the point I'm trying to make with
that ain't why.
The point I'm trying to make. Well, okay, tell me why then. Hold on. Tell me why then. Before we continue, hold on.
It wasn't because of Black people not agreeing with it. It was because the people who are in power made a decision that he was bringing too much of that attention. They didn't like it. They wasn't with it, and decided that, you know what, you're doing too much. You're not staying in your lane. This is a box that we pay you for. And so since you're not going to listen, we're going to show you better than we can tell you. And that has nothing to do with Black people.
It does.
Because
it does. Hold on. That's the same thing. Hold on. That's the same thing that's happening right now with America. Who's in power? Who's in power of America? Let's keep it a buck. Okay, who's in power in the NFL? A bunch of old white men. Same thing.
Fact.
White people in power, white people in power. Black man has a voice,
Fact.
shut man, black man down. It's the same thing.
Right.
It's not different.
Right.
It's the same exact thing.
I agree with you. I agree. I'm saying that it's not black people that did that to Colin. That was white people
no, I'm not saying it was. I mean, no, it was both because they weren't behind him. They weren't standing with him. They was like, oh yeah.
The athletes weren't standing with him, and I agree with you on that.
Well, that's hold on. That's the same thing we're talking about, though.
1,000%.
We talking about famous black people, right? Ice Cube is a famous rapper.
I agree. I agree with you on that. I said that then.
I know, but what I'm saying though, these black athletes have the same power, if more power, than the owners of the team when it comes to.
Agreed. I agree with you.
Okay. So it's still the same thing.
I agree that black athletes then, the ones in the NFL, because the NBA is different. The NFL black athletes, where I was disappointed, was not because I have my issues with college, so I'm gonna keep that separate. But what the actual mission was, right? I was disappointed in the other black athletes that wouldn't take the knee or that wouldn't take a side at all. You know, because here's an opportunity, here's a moment in time for you to make a stand, to make people pay attention, and they opted out because they were scared. And the only thing where I think maybe some months back when I had one of these type of lives, I said that is the problem when we don't understand our own power, like our own economic power. We as the athletes, the black athletes, if they all would have been like, oh, so you don't want to jack this the Black Lives thing, okay, you don't have, or just the acknowledgement of police brutality against black and brown people in this country, okay, so we're not gonna play. What's up?
No, and I
what
get that.
Happens to the league?
What
happens to the league? But they didn't understand their power because that's a mentality, not just in the NFL, but across the board. The same thing happened with Nick Cannon. That you don't understand. You are the product. Like, if it's not for me, how are you going to eat?
No,
and
I get that.
They didn't do that.
Yeah.
They didn't show up.
No, I agree. The players who actually played.
With you about that.
Yeah, the players who played they didn't do what the NBA did. The NBA players sat down and said, I ain't going to play. And that's it. But mind you, the NBA players got more power compared to the NFL players. Oh, you see there?
Right.
So
yeah, my alarm went off.
I'm stopping you. Get ready. Right. So, but I'm saying that the people in power, and when you talk about people in power, when you talk about Colin Kaepernick, we have the Stephen A. He's probably the most well. I know I don't like him neither, but
Stephen A. talks about everybody.
But we talking about the black.
We can't use Stephen A.
No, we are because we're talking about the black man. Hold on, what's the topic? The attack on black men. Simple as that. So, I'm not changing the narrative.
That's a black man attacking a black man.
Facts. Just like all the black. That's like every time I turn on the TV, I see black women and black men attacking Ice Cube. What's the difference?
They're not attacking him. He's wrong.
Wrong about what? And hold on. They say, listen, you saying the same thing that they said about Colin Kaepernick. He's wrong for doing that. He's wrong for that. Now, that was 2000.
That's very different.
12? I can't remember what year it was. Different. But now, guess what? The NFL said, you know what? We got it wrong. Colin Kaepernick was right. After all that, they come back to say, we were wrong. Nah, I need your apology to be as loud as your disrespect, because that's what it was when it came to that black man. Not you. I'm talking about the me.
I can't do my timeout. Let me do my 20-second timeout.
All right, go ahead.
Do my 20 seconds. Okay, your apology has.
Oh, hold on one second here. I think I lost audio. There we go.
I didn't have all the information, and he has to do it publicly. And so when people get on TV, black people especially, and say he's wrong, we can't say, oh, why are you picking on him? He's wrong. He's wrong. And he's not wrong for trying to advance black people. He's wrong for making certain statements that are just not true. They're just not true. And I don't think it's a malicious not true like a Donald Trump. Donald Trump tells lies with purpose and intent. I don't think that I think it was just ill-informed, and I continue to say that. That's why I won't drag him. That's why I'm not canceling him. I I think that he was just ill informed. That's why I posted this morning about Tavis Smiley and the Covenant with Black America that was done in 2006. He had roundtable meetings every single year, probably up until 2012. Like, this is not a thing that hasn't been done. So you have to acknowledge that he just didn't know that. He didn't look at the prototype. He didn't see where the gaps were to say, let me see how this is going to work. Because if somebody had prepped him, if he would have met with some people who have been in this, they would have told him, like, yo, Q, don't let them people fast talk you. Don't let them do this to you. Don't let them tell you that. Ask them about this. Hold them for that, because he's going to get in a door that a lot of those other people will probably never get in because they name don't ring the bells that his name does. They use black celebrities. So if you know they're going to use me, then I'm going to use this opportunity to kick this door in. And that's not what he did. That's not what he did. And because he getting licks for it, no, we can't. No, you got to take your licks. You got to take them and say, all right, you know what? Not that he's going to fall back into the shadows, but you know what? Let me tweak this. Let me make this better, because you're right. I jumped out there without really knowing what's up, but now I know. And it only can get better. But that only is going to come from criticizing what he's doing, not just upholding him because he's a black man, because he's wrong.
So why is the main focus? Because that's all I'm really hearing and seeing now is the focus part of him being wrong. You can't hear me now? No. Hold on one second. I'm low. No, hold on one second. Because
Okay, there you go.
you can hear me now? I'm good.
Nope.
No. What about now? No. No. Yeah. 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 Oh man. Listen. Listen. How come the main focus is about what he got wrong?
A little higher.
Look, I probably got to speak louder then. Because what happened, I got a phone call and it kind of messed up my setup. I don't know what's going on now. But I'll speak a little louder though. But I'm not sure. Like, okay, hold on. 1 2 1 2. Listen, why is the main focus about what he did wrong or what he didn't do? Why don't we just get past that and let's focus on the plan and how we can come together and be more unified with it and get it resolved? Because every time, like I said, every time I turn the TV and see something, they're talking about what he didn't do. Why?
True. The ladies on that, if you watch the whole show, they told him, they was like, so we read your 22 pages, and it does not mention the words black woman at all in the 22 pages. I'm going to just say he got very defensive, but I know you may have a take on it. He's like, well, y'all can write it if y'all want to, and I'll give y'all the opportunity to write whatever you want to write for black women. And I was thinking of you immediately
Black Lives Matter.
because the whole thing with BLM and how it didn't specifically say in the affirmations black man. And so I was like, wow, like look at that, right? Like here it is now. Because that's a whole other topic about BLM. But BLM was saying in their on their mission page was that they affirm the lives of these following groups, which are typically left out of black liberation movements. When people are pushing black agendas, they usually forget these people, including women, gay people, disabled people, undocumented people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so they were affirming that they matter in the Black Lives Matter movement.
Uh huh.
Not that they don't care about black men. So that's a misconception. But anyway, so now when black women are meeting with him and say, we read the plan, but you never anywhere mention black women. He's like, is it black people, black women?
Okay.
According to black men, no.
But hold on. Did he say that he'll put it in?
BLM, which was in black liberation movements, just like most movements in this country, they're always usually male driven, male led, and women just get whatever comes from the liberation, but not that it's ever really specifically targeted towards black women. And so it's funny to hear black men say like there's an attack that they're attacking black men. It's just interesting to me because it seems that it's quite the opposite. It's quite the opposite. And I would argue, and I'm going to end it with this, and this part of my thing with this is that you mentioned like how that was another show of women women attacking black men, especially Ice Cube. But what I see is the opposite. I see it's like whenever we chastise or check black men or we call them to the carpet, we're always it's always said that we're like attacking them or we're being angry or we're pushy or whatever. Like that's how we are continuing to be portrayed. But really we're just asking questions and saying that's not true or that what about this? And if you get defensive as a man, is that my fault? Is that my fault as a woman for asking you that? Like, I'm making you accountable. And if you're going to lead us, you got to be able to take that level of accountability, at least for me. So the portrayal of how this is when it comes to black men is a little like sketchy.
Sketchy, huh? Can you hear me? That's funny.
Just to be.
So in his document that he wrote, and I guess he didn't put in the woman, right? Right.
They said in all 22 pages, he
Uh-huh.
does not mention the words black women.
All right. Did it put folks in there?
No,
Did it have gays in there?
black people.
Did it have black people? I'm cool with that because he didn't. Hold on. Did he just say? Hold on. Did he just say black men only? Wait. No. Did he just say black men?
You're biased.
I'm not being biased. I'm keeping the fact. Did he say black men only? He said black people. So when he said black people, he put everybody in one bucket. He ain't break it down all the way to the T of what person. He said black people. That's the difference between the Black Lives Matter mission statement compared to his. Because they broke down everybody besides the actual black man. Folks, gender, all this. He said black people. I'm saying, it's black or white. Did he say black people or black men? He said black people, right?
Black people.
All right then.
Black people.
All right. So I'm not going to twist and misconstrue that. Okay. But then if he did turn around and put black women, they'd have ridicule and say, oh, you didn't say lesbians, you didn't say gays, you didn't say this. So he said, you know what? I'm going to keep it unified across the board. Black people. Boom. So I have no problems. Because he probably saw what Black Lives Matter put. It didn't say black men. And that's a problem that we have. So that's not a good one to say that because he didn't put black women in there. Why I got to put black women in there if he said black people? That's not a good one. No. That's a reach. I just gave you the perfect example.
Why is it a reach when it's black women, but we have to hear black men cry about BLM, not specifically?
Well, because in the BLM mission statement, they outline everybody. Affirmation, affirmation, whatever.
It's the affirmation.
Yeah, affirmation. In the affirmation, they don't say black man. They say black everybody besides the man.
But they explain why.
Nope. So we can't pick and choose. Oh, well, he didn't say black women. No, that is fair because if he just said black men and black women, it'd be like, what about the gays, about the lesbians, about the folks? You gotta be nitpicking everything else. Let's keep it a buck. Come on, Sherri. Come on now. I'm not acting like I'm giving you the facts though. Look, am I lying though? I'm giving you the facts though. No, I'm giving facts though. I'm not giving no opinion. I'm not giving you nothing. You can look this up. On Q's document, he said black people and Black Lives Matter affirmation. They say black folks and everybody. They don't say black men. Where am I lying at?
Okay, we can look this up. Context matters, right? Very top of their about section on BLM, it starts in big letters explaining that this came in direct result after the acquittal of George Zimmerman or whatever from
Trayvon Martin, right?
and then Mike Brown, right?
Right.
It speaks about that there for the police brutality of black people. That's what this is about. That's what BLM is about. Then it says that they affirm the lives of these groups of people which are traditionally left out of black liberation movements. And that's why it's mentioned everyone but men because most black liberation movements have been male centered and male led.
What are the?
Why is that hard for black men to understand? It's not going to say black men because they're saying most black liberation movements are male centered and forget these groups of people which are also have their individual needs and struggles. Black women, black families who are not traditional black families, the black gays, the black undocumented, black disabled. Like that's not a hard concept. can sit here and try to excuse away the ignorance of Ice Cube. I can't jack that. I can't jack that. I can't jack that. And I'm just saying, all of them people could work together. And it seems what I got from the interview with Ice Cube was that he don't want to work together. That he said that, and he keeps saying that, but he wants it to be his plan primarily, which is what Selena Johnson said at the end. So, okay, so you're saying that you're willing to work with whoever and talk to whoever, but only in the case when it's the way you want it to be and how you want it to be. That's how she ended that. And I was like, exactly, because that's what it sounded like. It sounded like only under my terms, and if it's not the way that I say it should be, then it's not going to be. And that's not productive for Black people. We got to get on the same page. BLM, you can criticize. That's fine. Work with BLM and criticize at the same time. Why can't we work with Ice Cube and criticize him at the same time?
We can. We can. I'm not saying you can't. Hold on. Hello. My check. One check. One, no. 1, 2, 1, 2. You can't hear me?
Yes. Now we hear you.
Oh, no, not the other way. That's coming through the, hello? Nothing?
Whatever you did, it went out.
Hold on 1 second.
Now you good.
I'm good, but I'm recording and it's not going into the system what I needed to go into. That's the big deal. I mean, then again, you know what? I'm still good. I could probably still get it how I want it. Hold on 1 second. 1 second.
I saw the hoodie, the Sis I Got You podcast.
You know.
See the Sis I Got You hoodie.
Hey, that support be real. 1, 2, 1, 2. No?
We can hear you.
Oh, yes, we back, people. We is back. Yes. Yes, we can do both. We can still criticize Ice Cube and still be, but the focus should be, okay, all right, criticize, cool. All right, feedback is good. Feedback is always good. Here's the feedback. Now, what we're going to do together going forward. That's never the dialogue. The dialogue is, I read this article, I read your 20 pages, and it don't say this. It don't say that. It don't say this. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. After the feedback, okay, all right, Scoop, when can we meet up after this interview that we can do X, Y, Z and come together? Because I'm sure
Roland said that to him. Roland said that.
No, he said, is it okay if I give you your number and give you your number and y'all can go from there?
But you have to ask. You have to ask.
I get that. No, I'm just saying it, but like, I understand. Well, yes, that you have to ask. I agree. But why couldn't we just like, you know what? Let's talk about it live right now. How can we do this together? You know what I'm saying? Like the whole dialogue and conversation is how somebody didn't do. And then after the fact, behind closed door. Okay, let's exchange numbers and let's talk about it. At that point, no, because you don't put me on Fun Street on something that you felt that we should have had behind doors, and now you want to work me? Nah, it don't work like that. If you wanted to talk, let's talk prior to this interview, breaking down what I did.
That's what they said. The issue is with him. That is the issue with Ice Cube.
Was the issue that he don't want to work with nobody else?
You're proving the point, though. You're proving the point.
That he didn't want to work with nobody else?
He said that he continues in all the interviews. He says the same thing, that people knew what he was doing because he did press runs. He let people know. He did press releases. He let people know, and no one contacted him, right? So that is his way of saying you had the opportunity to work with me and talk with me, and people didn't do it. That is like.
So let me ask you this. So was that Zoom call the only time someone reached out to him?
I don't know.
Because I mean, like most people.
But why is Ice Cube the person that like? My issue is who decided Ice Cube is the person that somebody has to reach out to?
When he made it publicly known that, hey, I'm going to work on something that I feel is before the Black agenda.
But
and if I know, hold on. If I had something lined up already that I did previously and someone said, hey, I want to do this, like, how I'm doing this, I'm at least reach out to him. Regardless if I did it first. Hey, I just want to let you know, hey, this is Twin Zing. Back in 2014, I started this. I see you doing it now. Wonder if you could partner together. If I said that and then he turned me down, I'm going to be like, yeah, hey, look, y'all. On this day, he posted this video that he's doing this. Here's my screenshot that I reached out on this day. He never got back to me. I reached out to his people.
Who cares?
No. You asked the question, didn't you? You said, how come?
I know.
You asked the question, right? Didn't you ask the question? I'm answering the question.
No, I did.
Okay, I'm saying, that's me. If I was a part, another group was doing something, and someone made it publicly well known that I was able to see and notice, because he made it well known. Everybody saw it. They seen it. Okay.
I didn't know.
Oh yeah, it was live. It wasn't like he just did it. Oh hey y'all. No, he made it well. It was easy to pull up.
No,
he's on this.
When I went back, I saw that he had been talking about this for months. So I'm just saying I didn't know.
Okay, which is fair. Because that's the point I'm trying to make. So if we're talking about egos and all this, if you knew this man was doing this and you know you did it already and you know you could help him out, why?
How you know she knew that?
Huh?
That BLM knew that.
From when I'm known, everybody knew that he did it because now everybody got something to say. So
people knew once it was portrayed by the media that he met with Donald Trump.
That's what it was. That's what after he met with Trump. See, I knew Ice Cube was doing this before he met with anybody. That's the point I'm trying to make. I knew that Ice Cube was putting a plan together for the black people prior to, before he even sat with any of them. I knew he was putting a plan together because he made it well known. It blew up once he met or tried to meet with both of them. One said no, one said yeah. Now everybody want to come in.
If I don't follow Ice Cube, how do I know that?
It wasn't. I don't follow Ice Cube on IG. I don't follow.
I didn't know that.
I don't follow him. So just personally, I don't follow him personally on social media. I follow his big three, but his big three he didn't post that on his big three page. Right. But what I'm saying that I saw it on social media that he was doing it. That's how I knew. So someone posted it, someone shared it because people, we share, click and share is easy. That's how I saw he was doing it. I was like, oh, cool, that's dope. So if I'm a nobody compared to them people, you telling me?
Somebody.
I know, but I ain't, I don't got 1 million followers. You know what I'm saying? I ain't rolling the millions.
No, I know what you mean.
But if I can see, I'm sure someone who knows someone from that camp know that, hey, Ice Cube's doing something. Why didn't they reach out then? That's the only thing I'm trying to make. He made it well known.
Would be to the couple of people that are in here. Did they know before it became?
Yeah. Anybody in the chat? The question is,
if they knew about it, because what I think is where the ego part comes in with that is because I'm Ice Cube. I assume because I do press releases or whatever that people know that this is what I'm working on. Where in this particular arena, we're not talking about the rap game. We're not talking about movies.
Right.
We're talking about in this political climate.
Right.
BLM is the Ice Cube.
You said right? BLM is Ice Cube?
BLM is the Ice Cube. Like they are at that level.
Oh, okay.
When it comes to political activism, right?
Yeah. I agree.
So, I'm here.
Right.
And you want to do something in this arena, you come to me. Not because you Ice Cube does that give you, zero zing, God no higher. You know what I'm saying? Like you are new to this arena. So if you know that this is already established and you have critiques or whatever about it, you went and created your own thing and never even said and gave this already powerful movement a chance to improve itself with your critiques and using your voice and your platform. That's ego.
Okay, I like you said that.
That's my issue with it. Not that he can't do it. Absolutely, he can do it. Absolutely, he can do it. We saw what Killer Mike has done with his voice and his platform when he put together that Netflix
documentary. That was dope.
A documentary that was dope.
Super dope. Check it out if you haven't seen it, people.
People to really pay attention to Bernie Sanders and what he was asking for and how it could really impact our communities and how our communities are really at a disadvantage and like really bringing a hip hop approach to politics. I give Killer Mike all the kudos in the world for that. There's some things I don't necessarily agree about everything about him, but I think for that purpose, it was really, really dope. And we don't, I saw somebody say, I don't think that's ego. He just didn't want to. Right. But he didn't want to, but he also didn't, in his interviews, he keeps saying that they should have come to him. And my only point is that in the political arena, BLM and other groups already are the establishment. Like, they already are established. And the difference between BLM is just that they don't have the clout that an Ice Cube has. So President Trump is not going to meet with Alicia Garza because they have said they're Marxists, they're this, they're that, they're all these things. So they wouldn't ever let them in the door to have that type of a meeting. So Ice Cube, you're going to get in the door. But if you get in there, then you should at least know what we've been trying to do and the struggles that we've been having, so that maybe you can use your influence and your celebrity to help us push this advancement of Black people and the agenda. That's it. But that only comes with working collectively, not just I'm going to develop my own thing and follow along with it. You know what I mean? That to me is his shortcoming. Not that the plan is a problem, not him. It's like that I don't want to work with other people. Like, that's never gotten us anywhere.
I understand 100% with everything you just said. I understand 100%. Question that I have is that what Ice Cube was putting together and what he was doing, what he's done, right? Or what he's doing, whatever. Prior to everything the meeting happened, does the Black Lives Matter movement line up to what he's doing when it comes to the program that he's putting together?
They're two different things.
I know they are, but I asked that question because you said, how come Ice Cube didn't reach out to the Black Lives Matter movement
right
when doing the Platinum Plan? But if I go to the Black Lives Matter website and look at their plans and they're doing, are they in the realm of that type of program? Are they doing something?
Black Lives Matter is about police brutality specifically. Not police brutality solely, but police brutality and what do they say? How do they say it? Like vigilante justice, like in the case of George Zimmerman, who was not a police officer, or Ahmaud Arbery, where these are not police officers. So that's what BLM's focus. That's their mission. The lady Alicia Garza starts the Black Census Project.
Hold on right there. Hold on right there. Hold on that. Don't forget her name. That part there. Okay. So, and I haven't read it, but in Ice Cube's document, does it outline the police brutality that that could have been a good insert to put them in? Police reform? Okay.
Police reform.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So what I'm getting at is that, okay, he could have reached out, he in that part there, in that section, when it comes to the Black Lives Matter section there, for the police brutality, that would have been a good opportunity for them to, hey, I'm doing an agenda. I see y'all guys are doing the police brutality for Black Lives Matter. I want to have y'all put it in there and we can, work together. Not gonna put you in there, but like we work together and put something there. Right. I agree.
What have you guys been trying to do? What resistance have you guys been met with? What do you think is something that we can, that when I go in this meeting to meet with, what is like the top thing that I should really push for when it comes to police reform or whatever?
Now that part right there is
it's just a solid like.
Right. And I get that part. Now that's only where I would say he might have dropped the ball at, because when you look at their site, based on his agenda or his program, what they call it? The Black People Plan? What's it called? Ice Cube's.
What's Cube?
Yeah. The Black Agenda. The Black Agenda?
The Black Agenda.
Or
I think it's Black Agenda.
Or Platinum. There's so many now I keep hearing.
The Platinum Plan is Trump's administration.
Oh, okay. Black Agenda is Ice Cube's. Okay. So if I'm creating a Black Agenda program, right? And
his is a contract with Black America.
Contract Black America? Okay. So when I'm doing the contract for
is from Alicia Garza.
Facts. Right. So I agree. So when he's doing his old breakdown of that part, I would have said, okay, he could have reached out to them. But if I'm putting a plan together, and me personally, Twins Inc., Dwayne only, me personally, I said this before in previous shows, the only time I see Black Lives Matter anywhere, any movement, is once a Black man, Black woman has been shot and killed. That's me personally.
That's the point of the movement,
listen. I get that, but listen where I'm going with it. Only time I see them, that's me personally, after someone's killed. So if I'm putting an agenda together, I'm not putting an agenda together for what happened to black people afterwards. I'm trying to put something in plan before something happens. That's me personally. That's my fight. I'm not speaking for Ice Cube. I'm speaking for me, Dwayne Twins Inc. I'm speaking for me. So personally, outside of that, I wouldn't look at the direction of Black Lives Matter because they're proactive. They're not reactive. Is what I'm getting at when I look at.
You're saying the opposite. You're saying that they're reactive and not
Yeah,
proactive.
yeah.
But that's not true either. But I agree with you that they are not doing as well of a job of marketing the things that they are trying to implement, the policies and things that they're trying to implement to get these things changed or get reformed.
Right.
So I agree with you on that
So
level.
so what the lady about to say?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're right on time with that part. So go ahead and say the lady he's about to say. Everything she does. Yeah, go ahead.
The founder of BLM. Yeah. She started a separate thing, which is the Black Census Project, and they're the ones who developed, based on research, based on the actual Black census, a Black agenda that they have presented to elected officials, not just the president, but also even on local levels. So that was already done before Ice Cube did the contract with Black America. So I get it. Alicia Garza is not an Ice Cube. So Alicia Garza, people don't even know Alicia Garza's name or who she is or what she looks like or whatever, because BLM is not really, they're not like pushed out in the forefront like how you would push an Ice Cube and if he says something. And in the interview that she had with Roland Martin, she kept saying to him, imagine if we had your following, Ice Cube. If we had 8 million people following us on Twitter, following us on Instagram, what we could really do, what type of change we could really implement. So what she was saying is like, instead of creating something completely separate and challenging something that's already been in process and has a move behind it, why not collaborate? And if there's gaps or holes and there's really an issue with how the lack of Black men is mentioned so strongly or whatever, that's a way to have that conversation to improve, not just like, yo, you know what, now I'm gonna just start this over here. I'm not gonna speak to anybody. So when I come out and I may say things that are not exactly accurate and people start to critique me for it, you can't get in your bag. Because you made your decision that you were going to do this absent of any additional information. So I think that's what happened here. You know, not that he's wrong for doing it. So I don't ever want it to come across like he should have never did it. He absolutely should continue to do what he's doing. But I think anytime when we're going to speak for Black people, you have to speak to Black people. Not just you and the collective people that you decided to pick from to sit and come up with this plan and then disregard people who are doing the work.
That's real.
Or better word, that's ignorant.
That's real. I agree with that. So one last question here before we wrap up, because we're coming up on the hour here. I know you got to get ready for your day. So when you said in the last statement, everything you just said, which was good, was smart, definitely on point. If they had the same following as Ice Cube, imagine how big they would be, right? Right. My question is this. BLM is huge. Everyone knows what BLM is, right? They know what Black Lives Matter. And that name goes far. So the question I have is, how come they don't have that big following? They're huge.
Because they have been painted by specific people who want this divisiveness between Black people.
Mm-hmm.
They have been painted to be anarchists. They have been painted to be Marxists and people who are tearing down our own communities, anti-Black men, pro-trans and pro-gay life, and not really about the Black heterosexual man. They have been destroyed and discredited, which is unfair. And the other thing is, you don't really have the link up, even though they do have the support of a lot of Black celebrity, you don't have the, it's not led, one, but it's not led by men, and two, it's not led by Black celebrity. And so the clout that's associated with it is not there. And Black people criticize the marching, the this, the that. One thing that we have to understand is that we have to do all levels. We need people making noise in the street. We need people making noise in the court. We need people making noise when it's legislative and making policies and lobbying. And we need people in elected positions. We need people in the police department. We need people all across the board. Like,
Facts.
it's not one lane. And they have criticized BLM so much. Oh, it's hijacked by white people. We need America to get on board and say, yes, you know what? Black Lives Matter, and it has historically not mattered in this country, and we have to do something different to change it. And that's okay. That's okay. And the thing is that people are going to listen more. So look at what Ice Cube, how fast it got reposted. 50 Cent and his nonsense. Lil Wayne and his disgusting nonsense. Like, these things get reposted faster. You told me you don't even know what Alicia Garza looks like. You can't tell me, most people can't even tell me that it was 3 black women. Like most people say, I didn't even know it was 3 black women. Because that's a fault of black people, that we are not who we choose to promote. Facts. And who we choose to give life to. And that's on us. And I said that to you in the DM. We're not going to give the light to a Cornel West or Michael Eric Dyson or people who know and have the knowledge base that really can help us. But we're going to listen to 50 Cent, bro. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent can do his lane, his business, whatever. But this right here, that ain't for you, bro.
Yeah, you know what? That might be a whole other topic when it comes to these celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Celebrities and endorsements.
Someone said he doesn't need to check in with anyone for permission. You don't need. It's not permission. It's collaboration. We're not an island. We're gonna have to work together. If we're gonna survive, you're not gonna survive by yourself. Ice Cube is not even in the same position as most of us. He is a wealthy black man. So it's just like if we have wealthy white men speaking for us. We can't have just wealthy black men. He got to speak to people who are doing the work, who are living in these communities, who understand he is from the community, but he ain't lived in that community in 30-something years.
Oh, that don't mean nothing.
So you need to communicate with the people that's on the ground and not just dismiss it and say, oh, what have they been doing? They've been doing a lot, bro. We ain't in Jim Crow no more.
Listen, we're about to wrap up here, but I just want to say this here, closing out. And that was everything you said was on point. It will make sense. We do need more of our celebrities to help back Black Lives Matter because, once again, I stand behind the words Black Lives Matter because they do. Let's keep it on. It does.
You won't affirm the lives of all those other people?
Once they put in the men in the affirmation part, I'm all in. But I stand behind the words Black Lives Matter because the lives are black men. Black Lives Matter, period. I don't care what you do behind closed door. If you're black and you're being treated unfair, your life does matter. Point blank, period. Only thing, my whole gripe with this is just put men in there. But
it is in there.
Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. But I'll say this before we wrap up here. The tack thing is what I'm talking about is this. With Ice Cube being a huge person that we all know, he has a big following, well known, well off. He has a lot of power. You can't shut him up, right? You just can't. You can't. Agreed. So, what the media is doing, and when I go to these interviews having, they're trying to shut him up that way. They're trying because you can't shut him up. Just like don't do this. He can't because he got his own money. He do what he want to do, but with the attack that he's getting from all these directions where he should did this, he should did that, is attacking his maybe his education, his knowledge, how he should have handled it. He should have did this way, he should have did that way. And people are like, yeah, you know what? He should did this, he should did that. And then people run with that and like, you know what? I'm done with him because he should have did this. People cancel other people based on what other people say, if that makes sense. Some people don't do their own research.
Said, don't cancel. They said they gave him his props. They were like, we are not canceling you, but we also are going to criticize some of the stuff that you have done. And I think it's okay.
I get that, but we don't do that when it comes to anybody else. Yes, we don't.
And Nick Cannon hurried up and apologized to the Jewish community.
We don't.
So why we can't apologize when we offend our own people? That is ridiculous. If we can apologize.
First off, Nick Cannon should never apologize. That's a whole nother topic.
Did the same thing. Ice Cube had to do the same thing and apologize to Jewish people and say he didn't know. But when it comes to us, he don't need permission. He could do just because he black. That's not okay. The way the Jews checked him fast is the same way we got to be able to say, bro.
But But my thing is, who is he apologizing to? Hold on, let's go back real quick. Who is he apologizing to?
It's not an apology. It's saying I needed more information. I said some things that was not exactly accurate, and I get why people feel this way. It's a validation that, there are people that's really doing this work that you cannot just dismiss. You can't just dismiss them.
We may have to do a part 2. Time.
But I'm for a third-party system, too.
Say that again.
Cornel West tried to push that, but nobody gave that life because he's not Ice Cube or somebody like that. But I digress.
The guy in the video, is that the same person you're talking about? The same guy in the video?
Cornel West?
Yeah.
Cornel has the crazy hair.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Yeah. So real quick. The guy in the video you posted on your page.
That's Tavis Smiley.
Yes. Is he still? Where is he at? What is he doing?
He's not really as big as now because there's other people, but he was just really a radio host and a TV person, like a TV show host. And so he has books. He used to have a State of the Union every single year to talk about where they were and stuff like that. So he has been doing the work. Right, he definitely. And maybe like in the last couple of years he stopped.
Yeah, and that little clip you sent was definitely dope. I didn't know that. And he had this conversation prior to Obama being in office. He didn't know who was going to be in office. 2006. He had
2007.
He had this conversation already lined up before Obama was even in office. So we can. So the point I'm trying to make is this. I'm gonna look him up.
Criticize and attack that black man.
No. The point I'm trying to make is that I'm gonna look him up and see. But has he came out and said, Ice Cube didn't sit with me. Ice Cube didn't talk to me. I've been doing this since 2006. I gotta look that up because that's the point I'm trying to.
I looked that up too.
Yeah, because that's the point. That's the only point I'm trying to make. Right? That's the only point I'm trying to make. 2006 was way before Black Lives Matter. Way before Black Lives Matter. Okay? So he was doing it and it's documented and he outlined it like, oh, wow, I even know dude. So now I got to look him up because he was talking about some good knowledge. I got to follow him because he was.
But it wasn't just Tavis.
I know.
All those people at the table.
I get that.
Farrakhan. It was Michael Eric Dyson.
I get that.
You know, it's a lot of people that.
I know, but so when I look those people up, the only thing I'm trying to prove right here is that did any of those 12 people come out recently talking about, well, Ice Cube didn't reach out to me? That's all I want to say. Did they come out and reach to him? And then on top of that, I don't know if they see. We don't know all the details. Like I would love that Ice Cube on the show. Ice Cube, if you out there, this somehow this hits your DM, I would love to have you on the show. We both would love to have you on the show because, because I know you gonna keep it real with us. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that candy coat TV stuff. You can cut and say what you want on this show. So I want that. So anybody know Ice Cube? Hey man, I'm definitely willing to talk. But that's the only point I want to make right there. I want to know if they had the same energy that the ladies had for Black Lives Matter for not reach out to them, but they was doing it before them. So
don't put that on them. They didn't say that. I said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not Black Lives Matter. I'm sorry. Like, Sherri said that. She said that. Why she didn't say that? Oh, okay. My bad.
Nobody. I haven't heard anyone but us, like people out.
Oh, okay.
I haven't heard the ladies of Black Lives Matter say that, so I don't want to put that.
What about the lady on the guy's show, the Roland show?
That's Alicia Garza.
Okay.
But she didn't say that.
She didn't say that you could have reached out to me. All she just said was, imagine if I had the same following that you had. That's what she said, right?
Right. She was like, if I had the following that you had, imagine what we could do. And she was like, I definitely look forward to working with you. She didn't say.
Oh, okay.
That was me.
That was you? That's you? Okay. All right. Well, we're not going to come for your head all the way, though. But I'm sure there's other people who think and feel the same way that I do. And you do. So we're not the only ones. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a buck. We're not the only ones. We have our own opinions, but at the end of the day, it's still love. So that's what I have for this show here. We're going to follow up and do another one again. But if you want to say before we close out here, Sherri?
I always love these conversations, and it's always love. Even though we disagree, it's all love. It's never just different opinions.
Listen, people, and also please follow her. On IG at Body Right, all one word. She will help you get your body right on top of that. But she has conversations all the time, which is very educational, and I learn. I'm always checking in. So, also tune in Twinsing. You here, stay here, but also join her as well too. So
That's a fact.
I thank everybody for tuning in this morning. I know it was early. Like, man, what's going on? What is this boy rap?
I know they starting early.
Early. But hey, we got to start early because we still got, listen, this is our thing we do. We still got to clock in on top of that too. So I got to get ready for my job too.
15 minutes.
All right. I'm out, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you for having me.
Later.
Later.
That will be a wrap on the show today. Thank you for tuning in to the show. I really appreciate that. Please reach out to me on IG at Twins Inc. Twitter, Twins Inc. as well. If you have questions, you want to be a part of the show, you can send me email at info@twinsinc.net. You can even go to twinsinc.net as well. But once again, I really appreciate the time that I was on the show today and the guests. So please come back again. I'm out.